I call Matt Ducey.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's an honour to rise and speak to this very important bill, the Weathertight Homes Resolution Services Amendment Bill. I'd like to acknowledge the good work of the Honourable Dr. Nick Smith. I'd also like to mention, coming back from a recess week, Mr. Speaker, I have a spring in my step after winning the Canterbury MP's Scone Bake-Off competition. Thank you. And in good faith across all parties, I'd like to offer the recipe across parties, so if anybody would like. It was a very good scone, actually, bacon, cheese and onion. It was a tribute to the primary industries scone in recognition of the primary industries and the role they play, especially in the electorate like mine of Waimak. It's great that the role of primary industries plays in New Zealand, because very much when the farmers are doing well, the whole community benefits. So, Mr. Speaker, this bill amends the Weathertight Homes Resolution Services Act 2006. It's very much about supporting victims of leaky homes. It's about supporting the resolution process, and it's about supporting people to get back in their homes. A key part of this bill, Mr. Speaker, is ensuring people that have applied through the financial assistance package to support them in repairing their home, which is a great package of support. 25% of the home repair costs are covered by the government, 25% are covered by the council, and 50% covered by the homeowners. At the moment, what we do have under the current Act, Mr. Speaker, is an expiry date of July 2016. And I think it's only right and it is fair that people who are under this application will see this through and receive their financial assistance post July 2016. So I wholeheartedly support this amendment. I think very much this legislation is about creating more certainty for leaky homeowners, Mr. Speaker, to better assist them to get their homes repaired. I think for a new MP like myself, Mr. Speaker, one of the drivers to come in to Parliament, I firmly believe the role of government is to support people, empower them and inform them to make better decisions to improve their lives, and very much by legislation like this, which will seek to support people and empower them by understanding and getting more clarity around the criteria for this support, can only be good for the homeowners and good for the community as well. So there was a few key areas in this bill, Mr. Speaker, and one I've talked about is the clarification of the built definition. We know this was within 10 years of the application being received, but we know since further Supreme Court rulings this has changed, and the meaning has moved from the point of final council inspection to the point at which a code compliance certificate is issued. Again, very much great for the homeowner to provide that clarification. I think for me, Mr. Speaker, coming from a health and a specifically mental health background, I just wanted to touch on some of the social costs of leaky homes as well. We've heard from many speakers in the chamber today about the financial costs, but I think it's very important to talk about the social costs, and my parliamentary colleague Poto Williams touched on this as well, about the mental costs and health as well. And we know that growing up and living in a warm, dry house is fundamental to a healthy life. And many New Zealanders look to buy a house over the course of their life, and I must say, drawing on my own experience, and many in the chamber will agree with me, it's an exciting time of your life. very much when you talk to your spouse or partner and think about the type of house you'd like to buy, and you think through about the rooms and the size of your family. Maybe you've got a dog that you need a big yard. But what it's about is thinking about the memories that you'll have as a family, and providing those memories with a house. And I think that's very much something that we as New Zealanders focus on, and I suppose as this national government which supports home ownership and is a party of home ownership. So it's an emotional time to go through that process of buying a house, putting in bids and contracts and understanding whether you've received the confirmation of buying that dream house. So you can imagine the stressful time of finding out that you've brought your family house, you're going to bring your family up in and find out that it is a leaky home. And for me, Mr. Speaker, I've had constituents come through the office who have been through this situation, and one couple that sticks out in my mind, their house, even though built in the 1990s, they'd only bought it 6 years ago. Unfortunately, they took the word of people that building reports had been done and didn't check them themselves, and after living in the house for a while, they discovered the moisture. And on further inspection, they found out there was no eaves or no flashings in the house. And in further inspection into the walls, what they had to do was actually cut the cladding away and look in by the skirting boards to see the water literally running down the side of the walls, and the plywood cladding had soaked up a lot of the moisture. I mean, through the moisture readings that they got, it was 65%, whereas a building code for moisture would only be about 18 to 24%. They were using towels to soak up extra moisture on the carpet, and they had young kids as well, so this is not a good place to be in. I'm happy to say that they're receiving support through this financial package, but you can see very much from that example of the physical conditions that then start translating into the health and mental health of the adults and the children. In their case, there was starting of fungi and mould to growing around the house as well, and that was very hard to get rid of. We do know from health research, Mr. Speaker, that these conditions can lead to conditions such as asthma and bronchitis in vulnerable people, especially old and young. And very much in New Zealand, when we're focusing on a preventative health system, it's not a situation where we want people to end up in. And you could imagine also the power costs of a couple like this running full-time, dehumidifiers and heat pumps to address these issues. I know in my electorate, Mr. Speaker, we cover over two councils, the Waimak District Council and the Christchurch City Council. The Christchurch City Council has put aside $1 million a year to support home repairs of people who have leaky homes, and there has been the comparison drawn between leaky homes and the earthquake recovery, and I must say I'm very proud to be standing in a government that's supporting people in either leaky homes or the earthquake. And what we have found in Canterbury is actually people have been affected by both. Some people through earthquake damage have gone in and looked at their house structurally and found that they were suffering from leaky homes as well, which has been very much a double hit for them. So something I know that all Canterbury MPs on either sides of the House are very much working hard for their constituents in addressing. So just to summarise there, Mr. Speaker, very much honoured to support a much needed amendment bill that will reduce litigation, provide clarity around eligibility and support people who were at risk of an expiry date. So I support this bill, commend it to the House, and very much looking forward to the Select Committee work around this and the submissions that we receive, all in all, to improve the well-being of New Zealanders. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.